DM dilemma time. If you've got thoughts on this DM dilemma from nickname Nicholas, give us a call at 601-995-1017. He says, I'm mad at my coworker that keeps calling me by my birth name rather than my nickname, and they think I don't have a right to be angry. Long story short, I'm a mechanic, and I've been with the shop for 3 years. Everyone at the shop calls me Spyder. It's a nickname I came up with at 16, and it's stuck. There's a new shop manager. He's way better than our old manager, but he calls me by my birth name. I've asked him to call me Spyder, but he says that's not on my time card. The guys in the shop think me being mad is ridiculous, but I feel like I have a right to be angry about it. What do you guys think? 601-995-1017.
I completely understand the anger. I don't think that that's going to get your manager to change, though, just because I've had this experience, but in reverse. Growing up, my family nicknamed me. I did not choose this nickname like you did, Spyder, of Allie. They wanted to call me Allie instead of Allison, and I always felt like that was a baby's name, and I didn't want a baby's name. My name is Allison. I want to be called Allison, and I would, and my family thought it was so funny to watch me get flustered and angry because they were calling me Allie, and I was like, I don't like being called Allie. That's a baby's name. So I was giving them the reaction that they wanted. It wasn't until I started to grow up and mature and realize if I gave them less of a reaction, they would probably use the name less, and I was right. So I think that's what you've got to do. You've got to calm down a little bit, have a mature conversation with him, and just be like, hey man, I'm not going to respond to you if you don't call me Spyder.
Fun fact about our show, 2 bosses in a row had tried to get us to name the show Adam and Allie.
Yeah.
And you refused both times. It was so funny.
That is a hard line for me because it brings up so much trauma from growing up.
Spyder, I'll call you Spyder. I don't mind calling you Spyder, but we're not in a work environment right now, Spyder. So plus this is your boss. You can't be barking at your boss because he doesn't want to call you Spyder. He's a professional, and Spyder is a silly nickname. Even worse, you came up with it on your own. You were just sitting in your bedroom at 16 years old or however old you were, and you were like, I want to be Spyder. It reminds me of several people I used to work with at my last retail job.
Oh, no.
This one woman, she was hired. She introduced herself to me as Christine whenever she was trying to get the job.
Okay.
Then she was hired, and she was like, actually, I go by Amaya or Amaya, one of the two of those. I think it was Amaya because I told everybody she made it up. She called it her spirit name, and I thought it was the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Okay.
Then there was another girl named Samantha. I'd called her Samantha for months, and then out of the blue one day, she decides she wants to be Daisy.
Oh.
Equally ridiculous.
So Amaya started a trend at that store. Everyone was like, oh, you know what? I've always hated my name too. I'm going to make up my own name.
And then Brandon decided he wanted to be Dusk 2 weeks later.
You had 3 people that were making up names at once.
Stupid names. Each one dumber than the last. The Dusk one really drove me nuts because he posted on Facebook one time a picture of the sky at dusk.
Right.
And he was like, I want my presence to make you feel the way this picture makes you feel. It's like, you're a loser.
Whoa.
You're a loser, Brandon. 601-995-1017 is our phone number. If you've got thoughts on Spyder Boy here, who wants to be called Spyder. The boss isn't calling him Spyder. The boss wants to call him his birth name, I think, of Spencer.
Yeah.
601-995-1017. Who's right? Who's wrong? Eric makes a good point. He says, all I can think of with this DM dilemma is stepbrothers.
You have to call me Nighthawk.
You have to call me Nighthawk. That's pretty funny. It's because we called this guy nickname Nicholas, but the name he wants to be called is Spyder.
Yes.
His birth name is Spencer.
Yes.
He is upset that the boss refuses to call him Spyder because it's a stupid name.
Well, but it's what everyone else in the shop calls him, and he doesn't understand why this new manager just won't call him Spyder and instead keeps calling him Spencer.
601-995-1017 is our phone number. Izzy makes a good point. Most people, including me, are only called by their nickname whenever it's from their full legal name. So I'm imagining Izzy is Isabella, right?
Something like that, yeah.
So she's saying, and And the argument could be made that Spyder kind of sounds like Spencer.
There's some similarities. The SP.
But the same number of syllables. You're not shortening anything. You know, Spencer, Spyder. So Izzy's saying he'd have to be Spence. Go by Spence, Spyder.
That's not what he wants. Marie says most job applications have a section for your preferred name. If he put Spyder in there, he could have a point with the boss like, hey, it's on my application. Call me Spyder.
This person says, I go by my middle name, but my first name is on all my government paperwork. So either say I go by my middle name or move on. Most of the time, the doctor or whatever will write on their paperwork my middle name as AKA. Payroll only knows me by my first name, but my dentist has both.
Oh my gosh.
What?
I am laughing at Izzy's follow-up that says he's too average for a nickname like Spyder, and getting angry he's not called it is telling to me.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, I just went through Brandon Dusk's Facebook page. He had like this big rant that he just posted like a couple weeks ago about how 4 years ago I decided to go by the name of Dusk. This wasn't a decision I took lightly or something I did on a whim. It's like, shut up. You're not that important. Good morning. What's your advice?
Hey, baby.
Mildred is here. We love it whenever you call Mildred, and it's been a while. What's your advice for nickname Nicholas?
I was thinking, baby, if he wants to be called Spyder, it's got to be a euphemism for something. I think he likes spreading webs and setting traps at work, baby.
Could take that a couple different ways. I'm not really sure where we should take it. But that's a good point-ish, Mildred.
Yep.
All right.
You
Well,
let him know, baby.
I will let him know.
No.
And I love you,
Okay,
sugar.
sugar.
I love you.
Bye-bye, baby.
Bye,
Love
baby.
you.
Bye. Love you, too. All right. There's the DM dilemma.
Adam and Allison in the morning.